Hi, wait, what's up going on? How you guys doing?
What's a poppin'?
Howdy. Wow, it's been a long day for me. I went to the sea. I didn't swim,
As in red?
as in Mediterranean.
Ah.
The Red Sea is not close to my house.
I don't know, but is everything okay over in Tel Aviv? I saw protests were going on.
We protest.
Well.
Protests are a good thing, not a bad thing.
I know they are. I just hope everything is going all right for you over there. Or down there. Or over there. Whatever.
Indeed.
Good.
Kentucky, on the other hand, has been interesting this week.
Oh, yeah. We have a maniac running around that hasn't been caught yet.
Yep. About 20 miles away.
What kind of maniac? What's he been doing?
Hopefully he doesn't make his way into Cincinnati.
I don't know if we'll get demonetized. Well, it's not like we're monetized anyway.
What?
Active shooter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Like schools and stuff? Or what?
No, he was just on the interstate and he opened fire. They've recovered both the vehicle. They've recovered the rifle, the vehicle, and the ammunition. But he's still alive.
But not the person.
Yeah.
So he's running around on foot, or hopefully he stole a car. Maybe he stole a car. Yeah. Jeez. All right, let's go.
Why would you say hopefully he stole a car? Why would you want it to be hopeful?
That's what I said. I just corrected myself. I laughed at myself. Perhaps he stole a car, because I can't imagine him surviving so long on foot. But anyway.
Well, welcome everybody. I see out there we have Muriel saying hello. There she is right there. There's Adel. And Colton is saying hi to everybody. It says we have two people, so I assume that's our two right now. And if somebody else joins us, then they'll be part of it. All right, so let's jump in. We are in Psalm 52. I want to say before we get started that next week we're going to jump back to 51 because it's something that Adel mentioned, that this is part of the Coptic liturgy. And so we'll probably break it into two sections because it's got 21 verses. And that'll give us time to handle the whole thing. So we'll do 2 weeks on Psalm 51. Today we're in Psalm 52. The versification in the English Bible is a little bit different because of the inscriptions. This inscription is really long, consisting of 2 verses. So there is a 2-verse discrepancy between the Hebrew and the English. We can see that if we look, for example, at the NIV. The inscription is at the top, it's unnumbered. And then the versification starts, "Why do you boast of evil?" which in the Hebrew starts verse 3. So we can just note that as we go through it. All right. So this isn't going to count as a verse because this is just being repeated everywhere. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗘 maskil Again, it's maskil is a type of song. The David could be like Davidic. It's a Davidic song, maybe a song for David or about David, because this one really is about David. And Hamnatseach is probably the song director, the person who leads the music in the worship. All right, so verse 2. Bevod 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗘 vayeged l'Shaul vayomer lo ba David el beit Achimelech. So this is again part of the inscription. It's telling us when, like in the coming of Doeg ha'Admoni, when Doeg, the Admonite, Edomite, Adomi, I don't know why I'm reading it as Admoni, it's Adomi. The Edomite, it looks like, because Adomi is like Edom. So when Doeg, the Edomite, came, he said to Shaul, he announced to him, and he said to him, David has come to the house of Achimelech. So this is giving us a background, telling us when this psalm was written, or what the context was for its writing. It's being written. Okay? And I think this goes back to what 1 Samuel 21 or 22, something like that.
That's right.
All right, if anybody wants to look that up in Samuel. Somebody else has joined us in the live chat. You could say hi. And also a quick hello to everybody out there who isn't in the live chat. You can go up and please read comments down in the comment section, like and subscribe. Who wants to take number 3?
I will. I gotta get back to the page. Here we go. Okay. ותתהלל ברעה הגיבור, חסד אל כל היום. So, okay, if I'm like super literal, it's like, what do you praise? But it's more like, why? Why do you boast in evil? Why do you boast in evil? Sorry, oh mighty, oh warrior. Blessed of the Lord is all the day, is all the time. The loving kindness of the Lord is all the day. Sorry, I have a bad tendency to not translate chesed because the word's complicated.
Covenant faithfulness.
Yeah, but I just have a tendency to believe it.
Loving kindness.
Familial obligation.
Mercy.
Grace.
The grace of God. Yes. It could be many, many things. How do you break down that?
Education is coming out. We should stop.
How do you break down that verb lihithalel? Hithalel.
So it's a second masculine singular yiktol or imperfect of hithpael of halal. Lithalel, I guess, but you know.
So what is if you put this verb in the PL, lehalel or hilel, what does it mean?
It means praise.
To praise, like l'shabeach, lehalel. It obviously is related to the word hallelujah, that everybody knows. It's related to the word tehillah. Tehillah is the noun for praise. Where the lamed is doubled with the dagesh, tehillah. So tithalel would be you praise yourself. That's right. Yes. That's the reflexive idea. That is boasting. You boast. You say how great you are.
Anachnu korim sefer Tehillim.
Yeah. Yes, we're reading Tehillim. Tehillim is from this lehalel. It's songs of praise. Tehillim. Songs. Okay, so what do we got going on with the apparatus from the VHS, where it says the G, which is the Septuagint, anumian equals Hamas.
Yeah. So essentially what they're saying is that in the Greek, it says anomian, and they give a gloss of what it would be in the Hebrew, or at least what they think it would be in the Hebrew. Instead of chesed el, it says Hamas. So anomian is like lawlessness, or and so Hamas is of course it's like a terror, lawlessness, something like that. But that's what's going on there.
All right. El Hasid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then the Syriac, some of the Syriac, it has El Hasid instead of Chesed El.
Yeah. So we might read the whole thing as lawlessness toward a devout person or a righteous person, right?
Okay. I see.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at the Septuagint, just because that, like, it feels weird for it to have the accusative there. So let's see how they actually have it. I'll make it bigger. Huh? So you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗩𝗘 en kakia anumian holen tenemeran. I wonder why this is accusative. Because if Kakia is in the dative in the preposition en kakia, in badness, in evil, then why is this hanging out there as an accusative? Anomian holen tenemeran. Holen tenemeran would be accusative of how long. That's an accusative of time. For the whole day. But anomian is just hanging out there.
Like the lawless one?
But it's accusative. It's lawlessness.
Right. Okay. That's, yeah, it's not
so it's a bit confusing to me, like why it would be there an accusative. I'm not sure. But then it's got accusative in the next one. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗡𝗚. Your tongue is reckoned unrighteousness. Or maybe it speaks unrighteousness. What is this? It says it's reckoned, is considered, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. It's a difficult text, obviously. They're trying to use the Greek and to use the Syriac to solve the problem. Because what's it mean? Why should you boast in evil, O hero? It's probably talking to David. Who's it talking to? Or maybe it's talking to Saul. I'm not sure.
No, I think it might be Saul talking to Doeg. Maybe, I don't know. Doeg. I don't know.
When we look at
breaking news, not that it matters, but James Earl Jones died. That sucks. That sucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a huge
way
Star
to
Wars
kill the
guy.
mood.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, let's get back.
Why are you reading that stuff instead of looking at the Hebrew?
I am looking at the Hebrew. I'm doing
You're
both.
distracted.
Well, yeah, that did distract me.
Do you have any commentary that might enlighten, like who is being spoken to?
I might.
Because all of the descriptions of this person are bad. Whoever's being spoken to. So somebody's being talked down to here. Because why should you boast? And then it says your tongue thinks destructions, or your tongue thinks.
I will tell you what
plots
Robert
destructions.
I'll tell you what Robert Alters suggests.
You love evil.
So he explains to Doeg. So Doeg is the informer who sees the fleeing David take refuge with the priests of Ahimelech and Nob, denounces Ahimelech, and then denounces Ahimelech to Saul. Saul's response is to massacre all the priests of Nob. The lethal effect of Doeg's words may have especially encouraged the editor to create the connection with this psalm in the superinscription. Though the fit with the content of the psalm is far from perfect, Doeg causes harm through his report, but does not in fact speak in deceit. And the sarcastic address to the man boasting of evil as a warrior is not exactly appropriate for him. So he seems to think it's referring to Doeg, but in a
somebody came. The psalm was written, and somebody came afterwards and said, "Okay, well, who could this be talking about?" And they tried to attach it to Doeg.
Yeah, that's what Alter suggests.
All right. Well, let's move on to verse 4 with Jonathan.
All right, I get the hard one.
I think number 3 was hard.
Okay, so chavot tachshov l'shonecha k'ta'ar melutash osei lemiyah. Yikes. So yeah, but the word order is weird. So you have planned, or you are planning destruction, however you want to take that tashov, whether it's perfective or whatever. You are planning destruction. Your tongue. Well,
yes.
Yeah.
Lashon is feminine. Tachshov.
Yeah, I know, but I'm having trouble making sense of the word order.
It's object, verb, subject.
Right. But why is there a Alamed there. That's weird.
Because Lashon is a noun that starts with
Oh,
Lamed.
Lashonecha. Yeah. So your tongue plans destruction. And then 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧𝗢𝗔𝗧. So it's a sharp razor making deceit. But there's a note.
Huh. Well, it can't be making deceit because Lashon is feminine, which we have with Tachshov. So why Osei Remiyah? That would be Osa.
How do you make
Osa Remiyah?
Yeah,
Lashon
but also
would have to have a feminine participle. So what if you take osei as a substantive? A person who performs deceit is like blah, blah, blah.
That makes sense.
Like osei remiyah is the subject, and then the predicate is 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧𝗢𝗡.
But it could be a null subject clause as well. In fact, what does the text critical note? Probably it's deleted. What's it? MCS? What? Masculine common singular?
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧.
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧.
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧. I don't know what 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧 means.
I'm looking at A.
I know. It says probably
okay.
should be deleted.
Oh,
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧 might mean the meter of the clause. I don't know. I don't know if this means 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧. Does somebody know?
At least for the sake of poetic meter. Yeah.
That makes sense. So it could be just הבוא תחשוב לשונך כתר מלוטש. Also. Your tongue devises destructions like a sharpened knife. Or, if we leave osei remiyah, a person who performs deceit is like a sharpened knife.
That's how the NRSV takes it as you worker of treachery.
Yeah. Good. So well, even as a 𗥥𝗘𝗦𝗘. Even as a 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘. So yeah. All right. We are at verse number 5.
Back to you.
אהבת רע מטוב, שקר מדבר צדק. Stella. אהבת רע מטוב. Many times the emotives, these verbs that deal with emotions and feelings and thoughts, have the past tense written, but you translate it as the present tense. Instead of you have loved evil, it says you love evil. And the min is comparative, so you love evil more than good. Why does the resh in the word ra have a dagesh?
We talked about it on the form, so I'll let Jonathan answer.
On the what?
On the Discord.
Oh.
I did bring this up on Discord.
Is it because it's not in pause, but there's an accent under it? I don't know.
It has to do with the stress of the previous word. That it's mil el. Mil el means the accent comes not on the last syllable, but the syllable before. And then if that letter is not beged kefet, it will take dagesh to join the words together. Ahavtara. Ahavtara.
Wow. Okay. I did not know that at all. I have never seen that actually. A dagesh and a guttural.
It's not just about the guttural. It's about any letter.
Right.
It's in. Hold on. Do you remember where I labeled it from Ksenios?
No, but I'll go look. It won't take me a second to find it.
It's here, I believe. This is here. 𝗕𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧𝗢.
My friend just asked me who James Earl Jones was.
Really?
What?
I think he was serious.
I'd be more upset if he did it as a joke. I don't think you put it where it was in GKC.
I think that's what I quoted though, because it was called 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗧𝗢𝗙.
Yeah. I remember seeing you say it, but I can't find it in here.
So it says, here, I'll make it bigger so you can see what it says, because this is where it talks about it. It's a lot to go through, but
20.f.
let's see. Huh?
20.f.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you said. Sorry. That's what you said it was.
Yeah. Okay, in the first letter of a monosyllable, or a word with the tone on the first syllable, after a closely connected 𝗥𝗚𝗚𝗛 ending in a or e. Okay, so what did we have here? 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗏, ah. So we have ah. So if it ends in a or e, such a 𝗥𝗚𝗚𝗛 is called by the Jewish grammarians 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗡𝗥 from Aramaic, which means ote merachok. Benians linguinco. Longinco. Meaning that it comes from far away in respect to the tone. The attraction of the following tone syllable by dagesh forte conjunctivum is here also due to the extingencies of rhythm. So here's an example. Shavita shevi. Okay, so shavita is like you went into exile, and shevi is exile itself in pause. So we have shavita.
I thought it was a truck.
Oh, Chevy. Out of pause, the word is shvi.
Colton doesn't even have any kids yet, and he's already making dad jokes.
Yeah. So shavita, see the accent is 𝗥𝗚𝗚𝗛. It's the not the last syllable. It ends in a, and then the next syllable has the stress, so it's marked with dagesh. And that's what we have going on here. So Hoshiyana, the na has the dagesh. You'll see this in the text of the Bible, and you always wonder, why is that dagesh there? But you can see now why. This follows a vowel sound, a, so we would expect it to be 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗃𝗏, with the soft ka. But we have 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗃, and that dagesh is there because of the placement of the accent in front of it. And 𝗥𝗑𝗦𝗃𝗏 Shaul, the place of the dead. 𝗥𝗑𝗦𝗃𝗏, and the Shaul has the dagesh machine. You would see it in the text and wonder, why in the world is that there? Well, now we have this explanation, okay? For those who are interested. Again, it's called dagesh forte conjunctivum.
Now you know.
Yeah, so ahavta ra mitov, you loved evil more than good. Sheker midaber tzedek, a lie, and then the min prefix there again for than, a lie more than speaking righteousness. Okay, the apparatus says that perhaps, portase is perhaps. Perhaps instead of midaber, from speaking righteous or more than speaking righteousness, it should be midvar tzedek, a lie more than a word of righteousness. They say portase, perhaps. That's just a suggestion for emendation. All right. Any questions on verse 5? Nope. All right, Colton, you are number 6. Jonathan really is getting the good verses. He gets 7.
Ahavta kol divrei bala.
But that one is that kol is after the and it's kol, right? Now this is interesting because in the beginning Hebrew grammars, when you're trying to distinguish between kamatz katan and kamatz gadol, they normally tell you that if the kamatz is followed by meteg, then you should read it as gadol, and it should be long. This is kamatz with meteg, but it is not it's o.
Yeah.
We also see this in the book of Jonah, which is used a lot of times with intermediate Hebrew students, where we have the word oniyah. Oniyah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oniyah has a kamatz, and it's short, right? It's a ship, but in front of it, I think that's kamatz chataf kamatz even. It's like a short one. But before it, it says ba oniyah, and it's kamatz, and there's a question: should it be ba oniyah or bo oniyah? In a ship or in the ship? And I think in the first instance it should be bo oniyah, in a ship, and then after that it should be definite ba oniyah, in the ship, in the boat. Anyway, sorry. And the word Naomi, the name Naomi, has kamatz under the nun, and it is normally marked with meteg. And you don't read it as Naomi, you read it as Naomi.
It always bothered me how it evolved into Naomi with an A. Like, why?
It's because of Greek. That's how the Greek translator wrote it in the Septuagint.
Did they get it wrong in the Greek, and it just...
Yeah, and it carried over from Greek into Latin to English.
Okay.
We can look at that. I think, let's see, real quick, since we have a second. Okay, we're here. No, what's going on? Go away. How did I split that screen? How did I do that? How do I undo that? Where did this come from? That middle column, this thing. I don't want that.
Click on the 3 dots in the top corner of it.
Okay, 3 dots.
I don't know. I don't know if it actually does anything. Does it close it?
Oh, it's this parallel button right there. There we go. It's this parallel button. Okay, so we want to look up in Naomi. Okay, that one doesn't have Dagesh or Meteg, excuse me. Maybe none of them. I'm not lying to you. I don't see Meteg on any of them. Don't know. But let's look at it in Greek.
Holy crap, Jason was wrong? Oh my gosh.
And the Greek has Noemi. Noemi. Noemi.
Okay, huh.
Okay, well, forget what I said. I don't know why it came into English as Naomi.
Just cause.
Probably the same guy that invented Jehovah.
Probably. It was Nehemiah Gordon.
You had to say something, Jonathan.
Nehemiah Gordon just decided from now on it's Naomi.
We had 29 minutes of non-Nehemiah Gordon talk.
That wasn't Nehemiah Gordon. That's the Latin Vulgate.
No, it doesn't matter. It knew.
Hey, you're the one. You're the one taking it to Nehemiah. I didn't. I just took it to
Jason did it.
Yeah, who invented Jehovah?
You went the 9 steps that it needed to go to get there. Jason took the extra 1. That's all. That is it. That's all you had to do.
It was an incompetent Latin scribe. That has nothing to do with Nehemiah Gordon. No. He takes it like 10 steps further after that. Anyway. Gotta lighten the mood occasionally.
Okay, so start again. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡 𝗪𝗏.
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗪𝗏 vala לשון מרמה. Sorry. You love all the words of we talked about it. What does it mean?
Okay. It's Bella, right? This one. It's like, think of like Pavel.
Confusion. Okay.
And maybe like Bilam, the prophet. Prophet of confusion.
Yeah. And then you love all the deceitful, all the confusing words and a tongue of deceit.
Yeah. So what's the difference between mirma and Remiyah.
I don't remember what
A
Remiyah
mem.
means.
A mem.
They both are deceit, right? And they're from the same root. Reishmim Hey. I don't know. Remiyah is probably the doing of it, and Mirma is the act itself. Not sure.
Yeah.
They both mean deceit. Ahavta chol divrei vala leshon mirma. Okay. Compare what it says. You love every harmful word, oh you deceitful tongue.
Oh,
Tongue of deceit.
a lot of vocatives in this.
Yes. Worm tongue.
You're on a Lord of the Rings kick today.
Yeah, it's Glima. Glima worm tongue. I will draw you, Saruman, like poison from a wound.
Like one draws poison from a wound. Yeah.
Anybody else out in the chat now? Haven't had any.
Yeah, nobody's talking at all.
We have very low numbers this week. Wonder why.
We could surmise some reason. What would we say? I don't know.
I didn't post on Facebook.
Because I went to the sea today and it was really hot. And I fell asleep.
Did you get sunburned?
No, not this time. That was last week. Last week I went to 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡 and I got sunburned. Yes. We have someone named Islam Forever. Hello. Hi. So anyway, this time I did not lay in the sun because that's a mistake for me because I get really burnt. All right, so 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗚𝗛.
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗚𝗛 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗥𝗡 וישחך מאוהל וישחך. Yeah, it's וישחך. ישחך. That's hard to say. מאוהל ושרשך מארץ חיים סלע. Okay. So God will tear you down forever. He will snatch you and tear you from the tent, or from a tent, if you want, I guess, or from your tent. It should be your tent, but there is no suffix on there. And he will, that's from Sharash, he will take root, he will root you.
Uproot.
Oh, to destroy, yeah, to destroy or uproot. Yeah, okay. I see that. From the land of life.
The land of the living, maybe.
Oh yeah,
where people live.
Yeah, that's true.
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡.
And then
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡.
Amen. Yeah,
Let's
so
look at
it's
these words.
imperfect because
𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗥𝗡.
the holum reduces when you put a suffix on it. I'm guessing. I don't see that kamat katan very often in an imperfect. It has to be a reduction.
Yeah. Yeah, because it'd be yin tots.
Mm-hmm.
Nun assimilates tots.
At first, what would be the difference between that and a nifal?
Would a nifal have an 𝗥𝗚 ending on it? Would it be?
If it takes a suffix, I'm not sure.
It typically wouldn't because you don't have a direct object. The direct object is the subject of the nifal.
Ah, okay. But would they
Because
be
the nifal
identical?
would be passive.
Right.
Yeah, but would it be identical in form? I think it would be.
How could it be?
Theoretically, yes.
Theoretically, it would be.
Without the 𝗥, there can't be a 𝗥 on there.
Right.
Yeah, without the.
Are you asking just _tots?
Yeah. So anyway, I got it.
It would have to.
Theoretically.
𝗔𝗕𝗦𝗜𝗧𝗑.
Yeah, theoretically, theoretically, if it existed, and then if this form existed, and if all that would be in, because wouldn't the **𝗟𝗓** reduce to a **𝗔𝗓* when you add a suffix? I think it would.
You
Anyway,
can't add a suffix to it.
I
Because
I
you
know,
don't
I know,
add
I
an
know,
object to
I
a passive.
know, I know. I said theoretically. All right,
But, I mean, there's no theory
right,
when
because
something's impossible.
okay, hypothetically, then
Okay.
imaginary.
So, but the future of the nifal would be yin-na-tetz, not yin-tots. Yin-tots is kal, yin-na-tetz is hifil, is a nifal. Yin-na-tetz.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the noon wouldn't assimilate. It'd be yin-na-tetz.
Oh,
is what
that's
he's saying.
true.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, the noon
Yeah.
wouldn't
yeah.
assimilate.
You're right. Okay. Mhm.
One of the noons wouldn't
Because
assimilate anyway.
one of the nuns it does. The one of the tense
Yeah.
form, tense formative does. Yin-na-tetz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gam el yitotcha from natatz, yitots, right? He will tear down, pull down. And this word is used in the king's records for high places and different idols and stuff that they would tear down. Okay? God will tear you down forever. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗦. There's a note in BHS that instead of 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗘𝗦, you might read 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗦. 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗦.
Mhm.
What would be the difference? 𝗥𝗘𝗦 is marked as kal of chata. Okay.
So the other one's a
𝗥𝗘𝗦,
PO.
𝗥𝗘, take away.
And then what's the PO? Is there a PO?
𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗦.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
I
not
don't
PO.
know
Sorry.
what this could possibly be, but let's look it up and see if it exists anywhere.
Yeah, sorry. I thought PL at first because of the yod, but
Nope.
Psalm 52:7a.
But that's also 𝗥𝗘𝗦.
Oh, right. Yeah, you'd have to search.
And that is also probably marked as, oh, that's our verse. Hello. That's our verse. That's the verse we're looking at.
mhm.
That's the only, so I don't know what they're trying to get out of 𝗥𝗘𝗦. But anyway, 𝗥𝗘𝗦 works.
What's
Hmm?
sorry? What root is it saying that this is from?
Our verse.
No. What root? Like
I don't know what 𝗥𝗦𝗃, but this is 𝗥𝗘 in the future.
Mine
𝗥𝗘,
mine says from chata
Yeah.
to knock
What's-
down.
What's chatat? Is there a chatat?
𝗥𝗚𝗏.
Yeah.
There is for sin with an aleph in it.
Shattered.
Anyway, 3 more verses. Or 4. rather.
חיטתני,
Hmm.
חטא, החיטותה. ייחיתנו. It's hifil from this root that you're giving.
We missed a comment.
To
Welcome
shatter.
in if you're still here.
He
Islam
definitely didn't
forever.
miss it. Yeah, we
Did
definitely
not?
already addressed him.
Oh, oops. All right. Must have been when I
And
was.
saying, nice to see a stream with Hebrew text. Yes, we do.
Yes.
Every week. So, ייחיתך would be from this word chatat, meaning he will shatter you.
Why is that
Hmm.
Hifil?
Probably because it only occurs in the Hifil. Perhaps.
Like there's no. Oh, they're imperfect. So there's not going to be a hey, stupid. Sorry. In a minute. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and they're reduced. And they're reduced because of they have endings on them. Okay. So it's pretty heat. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And ייסחך מאוהל. ייסחך, meaning, he said it means that he'd pull you up from the tent, right? Tear you away from it. Right? Yisach, yisachecha, to tear down a house, to tear away a person from something. Okay, and it's from nasach. This root is used for a lot of different things in modern Hebrew. Lenaseach is to to formulate. Nusach is a formula. Lenaseach in the PL, but it's not in the PL here. So we use this root in modern Hebrew from the medieval Hebrew, but it's not in the Bible. All right. Oh, there it is. Nuscha from Aramaic, a copy of something. But we think of it as a formula because you write the pattern, you can copy something by doing the same formula. Yeah. To tear you out of the tent, v'shireshcha. What's the fruit? The analysis of this verb. It's obviously the katal as a future, and he will. Sheresh. Sheresh would be shiresh, the PL, but the resh rejects the dagesh, and it becomes sheresh. Right? All right. V'shireshcha me'eretz chayim. Okay. Good. We are on verse 8. That's me.
8. Yes.
8.
Ja.
ויראו צדיקים וייראו ועליו ישחקו. Okay, that's kind of odd too.
Wordplay.
Yeah, it's odd also because alav, you would think it would be alecha. But it says that the righteous will see and they will be afraid. Yir'u v'yira'u. They will see and they will be afraid. Yir'u is the pause of yir'u. They will fear. And it says that they will laugh at him. Yischaku, they will laugh. Yischaku. They will laugh at him. But who is the at him? Shouldn't it say at you?
Well, there's a footnote. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so it says a few manuscripts and also the Syriac. Instead of saying yira'u, they will be afraid, it says yismachu, they will be happy. The righteous will see and be happy. And he says, portase legendum. Perhaps it should be read this way. I don't know. The Syriac, instead of...
Never mind, sorry.
The Syriac, instead of saying ve'alav yischaku, says what comes into Latin as et sperabunt in domino, and they will wait on the Lord. I think sperabunt is they will wait, isn't it?
You're asking the wrong people.
I don't know, Jason.
Do I have a Latin dictionary?
I do not.
I have one with Diogenes. Let's see, esperabon. Espero in Spanish means I wait. Esperare. To wait. Isn't that what it means? Esperabon. They will wait. To wait, to hope. Yeah. To look for, trust, expect, promise. Expecto patronum.
Man, you're dropping all the
to look for, expect, apprehend. El
No, she
pigio,
didn't
hope.
She didn't take none of them spells from Latin. She didn't do that.
We didn't
Is that
see
what she
this
said?
from Islam forever.
She has said that. Yeah.
At Bar-Ilan University in the 90s. Cool.
Nice.
Neat.
Very nice. So the righteous will see and be afraid or be happy, and they will laugh at him, or they will wait on the Lord. They will trust in the Lord. I'm not really sure how we're supposed to read it, but that's how they... those are options. Okay? Yeah?
Cool.
All right, but who are they laughing at? I have no idea. Hine, Colton.
Hine ha-gever lo yasim Elohim ma'uzo.
Ma'uzo.
Vayivtach barov ashro ya'oz.
Oshro. This is Osher. Osher, Richards. Wow.
Oshro. Ya'oz bahavato. Okay. Ya'oz bahavato. Sorry.
Remember Hava we had earlier, Havot, right?
Yeah.
Destructions. Havatot
Right.
is destruction.
So behold the man.
We're missing the word asher. The word asher is missing. Hagever
Yeah.
asher lo yasim Elohim
Yeah.
kema'uzo.
The Lord does not set his ma'os. Is that like fortification?
No,
Like
it's behold the man who does not make God his stronghold.
oh, okay. A fortification. Okay, I understand why.
We're
I got
missing the
there.
word asher.
Yeah. And he trusts in his great riches, the greatness of his riches, maybe.
Yeah, it says that the Targum is missing the word wov, and it just says he trusts in his wealth.
He makes strong his destruction.
Well, he becomes strong in his destruction, meaning in his destroying other people. His destroying other people makes him strong. He becomes strong by killing others or hurting others. Notice the Syriac and perhaps the Targum, instead of v'havato, say behono, in his wealth, in his hon. Hon means wealth, doesn't it? It means like money. Like he has a lot of money, he has a hon. All right, he becomes strong in his wealth. All right, number 10. But I think I kind of like the concept of them becoming strong by killing other people or destroying other people.
It's almost like
so. This one says, "See the one who would not take." So there's behold. See the one who would not take refuge in God, but trusted in abundant riches, and saw refuge in wealth.
Yeah, so I think he's now stopping to say, this person I've been talking about, this person who loves evil more than good and loves deceit more than truth and righteous words and blah, blah, blah. This is a person who doesn't make God his stronghold.
Where do they get the refuge? Where do they? Oh, they get the refuge and wealth from the Syriac. Yeah, from the Targum. Okay.
And now he comes in verse 10 and he says, okay, so you see this person, and now as for me, va'ani.
Contrastive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so va'ani kitzayit ra'anan.
No, it's not kitz, it's kazait.
Kazait. Ra'anan b'veit Elohim, batachti v'hesed Elohim olam va'ed. So,
it's an interesting expression, olam va'ed, when it's talking about me. Don't you think it's odd? Olam va'ed you associate with God.
Yeah, that's interesting. So as for me, I am like an olive tree, a green olive tree even, in the house of God. I trust in the kindness of God, or I have trusted maybe in the kindness, I just said, in the faithfulness, covenant faithfulness of God forever and ever.
Yeah.
As long as I live, probably, I imagine.
Let's take this olam va'ed because batachti is like supposed to be like a past tense. So let's say like me'olam. Me'olam batachti v'chesed Elohim. I've always trusted in God's kindness, in God's faithfulness.
Well, this says I trust. This says I trust, so you could do it as a present.
I know, but the olam va'ed is kind of problematic. It's kind of weird to say ani boteach b'chesed Elohim olam va'ed. Olam va'ed is a weird expression to say about me.
Right. I guess it just means as long as I live, or something like that.
I think that he's saying that it's always been his habit. I have always trusted in God's kindness.
Okay. Interesting.
And trust in God's kindness forevermore.
Yeah. But I don't know how you can say forever and ever about yourself. But it's kind of boasting itself, isn't it?
They believed in eternal life. It's a prefigurement of Jesus.
Yeah, because if it's David that's saying this, then obviously it's Jesus that's saying it.
That makes
And
perfect.
so he's saying, yeah, because just like it says that his goings forth are of old, it means that he was eternally existent.
You better watch out, or people will think we're being serious.
Yeah. Verse 11.
From somebody in the Christian tradition, I don't see why anybody. I mean, you have to assume the theology first. I don't think you get there from the reading. But if you assume the theology first, I think that's a very, very expected way to do that.
It's a good allegorical reading.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad understanding of the text, but that's
well.
All right. So verse 11.
Right. That's also why I said you have to assume the theology part first, which we don't necessarily. So, well, not everybody here does.
So verse 11 says, 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗚𝗛𝗦𝗜𝗡 𝗥𝗑𝗚𝗦𝗡𝗦 𝗥𝗑𝗦𝗡𝗦. This is another one that's odd, but what we get from the insertions from the apparatus, it says that you could insert the word Adonai if you go with like this text that is the Latin tradition. Yeah, this is the old Latin. Verso Latina. Odcha Adonai, I will give thanks to you, O Lord. And I think it makes sense to insert it because you haven't really been talking to God up to this point. So he says, I will give thanks to you, O God, forever. For you have done. You've done what? You've done great things. For whatever you've done. I will give thanks to you, O God, forever. For you have performed things for me. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗚𝗛𝗦𝗘𝗥, and I will await your name. I will hope. 𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗚𝗛𝗦𝗘𝗥, I will hope in your name. כי טוב, because it is good. We should mention that in the Syriac it doesn't say I will hope in your name because it's good, but it says I will hope in your name forever and ever, for throughout the generations. So the dor dorim, the dor dorot. I will await your name, or I will hope in your name throughout the generations. Neged chasidecha, neged here means lifnei, in the presence of your devout ones, your holy ones. I will thank you
say
forever.
Holy One.
Yeah, and not some, but it says many, multi. Many manuscripts say chasidecha in the puzzle, meaning your holy one, your devout one. All right, another problematic set of verses, but let's read through them as quickly as we can because we've got 6 minutes to play with. And if anybody has any questions in the live chat, feel free to ask them, and we will try to go through them. למנצח משכיל לדוד, בבוא דואג האדומי, ויגד לשאול ויאמר לו, בא דוד אל בית אחימלך. Verse 3.
מה תתהלע ברעה הגיבור, חסד אלכו היום.
כל היום.
That's what I said.
של חול. חסד אל כל היום. Verse 4.
Verse 4. Havot tachshov לשונך כתער מלוטש עשה רמיה.
עושה רמיה.
Why did I say ase? Ose ramiya.
Russians would do that, by the way. Russians who learn Hebrew, instead of saying ose, they will say ase. Because in Russian, the O, like in English, is often an A sound. And so if it's an unstressed O, they will often say ah instead of O. Even though it doesn't have to be in Hebrew. Verse 5. אהבת רע מטוב, שקר מדבר צדק. Selah. Verse 6.
אהבת כל דברי ולה לשון מרמה.
Verse 7.
גם אל יתוצך לנצח יחתך וישיחך מאוכל ושרשך מארץ חיים, סלע.
ויראו צדיקים ויראו או וישמחו ועליו ישחקו. Let's read it like it is.
הנה הגבר לא ישים אלוהים מעוזו, ויבטח ברוב אשרו יעוז אהב.
ברוב אושרו.
What did you think I said?
You said
Ashro.
Ashro.
Do I?
But
it is from, it's from Osher. So it has
Yeah,
to
it
be.
is. Yeah, no, it's yeah, no. I just don't.
ויפתח ברוב
I don't even know
אושרו.
that I'm saying it. That's what I'm frustrated with. Barov Oshro Yaoz Bahavato.
ואני כזית רענן בבית אלוהים, בטחתי בחסד אלוהים עולם ועד.
עודך לעולם כי עשית, ואקרא שמך הכי טוב נגד חסידיך. All right, next week we will be tackling chapter 51. We're going to go back one chapter. It will probably take us 2 weeks to do it because it's kind of long. Before we go anywhere, I want to say a quick thank you to those who have decided to sign up on our Patreon and help us out. So who we have so far are our regular members: Oscar, Nate, Muriel, Ken, Jonathan, Santana, Colton, Adel, and Bryce. And our super members so far are Jay, Kirkpatrick, and Galen, GWP. So we want to really say thank you guys. You really make this possible. We have, I've got to pay for domain name and email. I don't even know if Jonathan uses the email anymore. At the Hebrew Cafe. But I need to pay every month for that. Lots of small things, and they add up. And it's going to help us a lot. So we thank you guys so much for helping. And we will see you next week for Psalm 51. Right now we're going to do 35, exercise 35 in wine grain. That's the next thing we're going to do. So youtube.com/thehebrewcafe/streams. You can join over there, and we'll see you in a few minutes. You guys going to come with me?
Yes.
I'll be there.
All right. See you then.